Dogpatch.
Are we recording? Is the 2-inch flowing?
The 2 inch is going, yeah.
Are we going 30 inches per second?
IPS, yes. 30
Oh.
IPS. It's going.
Wow, so that real high fidelity.
Beepers.
Here we are, Dogpatch. We're back.
Yes.
How'd you like that taco I just put on you?
The Chicago taco game, the New York pizza game has a lot to learn from the Chicago taco game.
We talk often about Chicago's taco game, but it's rare when a new contender arrives and can deliver something like you put in your mouth about an hour ago.
For salty dogs like us, it's rare that anything new opens up that week.
Just don't hate on.
Exactly.
Instantly. There was no beards in there,
What's up, bro?
no suspenders,
No line, no weight,
none of that shit.
no pretension,
Playing Narcos Corridos in there or whatever.
Yeah.
We're good.
no fixed gears.
Banging taco.
Eat every taco like it's your last.
Steak taco.
So we're going to stay in Chicago for today's show.
I'm not trying to go anywhere.
Get a little bit icy and a little bit cold.
You know what? That's funny because we are going to get a little cold.
It gets very cold.
It gets a little dark.
Right on for the darkness.
It's an uplifting darkness.
You'll never know what the light is if there is no darkness.
It's dark half the day, it's light half the day, and we as people should be the same way. And I don't think anybody embodies that more than who we're about to get into.
And this is a long time coming because we talk about him a lot, but today we're going to do Curtis Mayfield. We're going to do Curtis on Curtum. We're not going to do the ABC stuff. We're also not going to try to write a biography of Curtis Mayfield. There's been plenty of ink spilled on this saint, truly a saint, a musical saint. We'll discuss many facets of his life, certainly, but we're going to go into some really deep creases of the Curtum catalog today, including mucho unreleased.
This is a really broad statement about a really broad listening demographic, but I really don't think they're ready.
You asked me a little while ago, who can see Curtis?
Who wants it with Curtis? Like, who wants to go song for song with Curtis? Like Bob Dylan? Like, come on. Like Neil Young, come on.
This is not to discount any of them, but again, to your point, there's this inherent sadness and kind of darkness, if you will, to Curtis that underpins everything and ultimately makes it the most human. He's got poetry, but it's not poetry you can't understand. It's plebeian poetry. It's folk poetry. It's like all emotions.
You know, Rage Against the Machine could really take a page from the Curtis Mayfield book in making a political song not sound like a fucking pamphlet.
Getting yelled at.
Curtis Mayfield can just make a song be so socially... there can be like statistics on like child welfare in his songs and it'll sound beautiful and compelling.
Cold facts.
Yeah.
So we'll start with a common impressions record, 7 years from
Sure.
the Young Mod's Forgotten Story. We're going to spend a little time in the 60s, then we're going to go into the 70s. We'll do this kind of chronologically. But again, we're going to explore some really interesting micro genres within the macro genre that is Curtis. And again, we're just going to stay with Curtom, sans one record. Besides being incredibly quality, he's also really prolific. He made a lot of music.
He sure did.
And thankfully, he saw some success in his own day. I mean, Superfly opened the door for the soundtrack to be a million seller, but effectively laid the groundwork for something like Saturday Night Fever. Here's a soundtrack that'll sell as many tickets as the movie.
But I'm still saying like that Paul McCartney, Curtis Mayfield versus...
Who hosts that? Crunchy Black?
Spooky Black?
Michelle Obama?
I think Obama hosts. He's the only guy white enough and black enough to host Paul McCartney, Curtis Mayfield versus.
Between Paul McCartney and Curtis Mayfield, if you think back to the Bone Thugs 3-6 verses, which would bring a duffel bag of cash out onto stage, Macca or Curtis?
See, I feel like Curtis Mayfield would bring like 1,000 hot meals to feed the impoverished people of the west side of Chicago.
So did you read Todd Mayfield's biography of his father, his son?
No, I did not. Also, Curtis Mayfield has a son named Todd.
It sounds kind of, yeah, right, Black Todd.
Black Todd in the house.
One of the takeaways is that Curtis, for all his humanity and his beautifulness and his general meekness, you know, he's kind of a meek cat, was a hound for the drawers.
Okay. He's not made of stone.
That's actually a recommended book to read. It's actually a pretty good inside but also outside view of the character of Curtis Mayfield, because it was his son who at times was neglected for the sake of Curtis's career career, writing and touring and doing all this stuff. Success breeds time deficiency, and that time was taken away from his son. Good book. I had the opportunity to meet Todd at XRT.
I remember that.
Yeah, we were on the radio together, and we had some raps.
The Coliseum.
In any case, we'll start fairly easy, 68 or so, 7 years by the impressions, just to get the EQ level set on what we're going to be dealing with today.
Well, and at this point, the impressions were like at cruising altitude.
Without a doubt.
Well, I just mean we're not even starting this story from the beginning. Like, anyone wanting to explore the impressions has a whole other.
The snack cart is already going through the
Yeah.
aisles of this flight. Like, you've been on it for a minute. It might be the second round of the.
I think it is.
First of May, everybody was so alone, though I never meant you no harm. I was just so in love with you, and I thought you loved me too. 7 years, now I find
it was just a waste of time.
Oh, it's been so long, and I'm yet to take you home. You stand there undecided, while your friends keep us divided. You're like a long, slow freight, and no longer shall I wait. I find it isn't fair when there's only one who cares. Should have been gone away so long,
but I'm still here hanging on.
I got the girl I waited for. She's just a wife and nothing more. I hate the sound calling my name. What a shame, who can I blame? I was just so in love with you, and I thought you loved me too. 7 years, now I find
it was just a waste of time.
Ooh, it's so good.
7 years by the impressions.
It's just something different about a Curtis song. Like just little moments that
the band is cranking on that thing too. That late 60s Kurtom band that kind of spilled over to the other acts on Kurtom as well, but kind of that core band, which I unfortunately don't know who those players are. I haven't been able to find that data anywhere. I think around that time they didn't have their own digs quite yet. Kurtom was a partnership between Curtis Mayfield and Eddie Thomas. Eddie Thomas was the back of the house guy, took care of all of the nuts and bolts of the business. In the wake of the success of Superfly, when they saw a little bit of money, they were on the far north side on Lincoln Avenue is where their offices and studios were. What year is Superfly?
73.
So 73. So post 73, it's a lot fancier. This still has its foot in like the kind of Chicago soul sound happening at the studios like Universal, PS, and Chess. So we'll bump it up a couple years to 71 for this next track, which is also an Impressions track called Love Me, which is a very common, you could literally go to the record store and find one, which is a tall order. Go to a record store and find a vintage Soul 45.
Naturally.
Show me the place where you can actually do that and not come home extremely frustrated.
Bloody awful.
There is a promo of it, a Styrene promo. For one reason or the other, the Styrene promo is a completely different version. Much rawer and a little bit more urgent than the more common version, which is great as well. But being Dogpatch, we're going to be playing the weird shit, right? Can't play normal stuff.
Even though, people want to poo-poo Styrene, it's like, well, what's on it?
If you take take care of Styrene, it plays fine. And often, I will admit, the sound is wider and larger. You don't want to be doing your Hashim the Fish doubles routine with 2 Styrene copies. Just don't backspin it. You're good to go.
Yeah.
I'm not a Styrene hater.
When you diss Styrene, you diss yourself.
This is true. Apparently the Brits figured this out some time ago, but I stumbled onto it by accident. I was like, because I had a promo and an issue filed. And so when I was going through the collection for the show, I played it. I was like, this sounds kind of funny. My vinyl copies sounded a little muddy. And I was like, well, let me listen to the Styrene. I was like, this isn't even the same fucking song. I was like, this is completely different. So we'll hit that now. That's Love Me by the Impressions from 71. Killer melodies, right?
Curtis Mayfield wasn't scared to bring the glockenspiel in the studio.
Yeah.
For that, I love him.
The melodies of these things, that's a lot of the times what it's just, they're not complicated. They're just like the real deal, like, how do I move you with 3 chord modulations? Even on some up-tempo kind of grinder shit like that, it's like the changes are just incredible.
The way wah is just an instrument.
Curtis's guitar playing is a thing unto itself. That's a whole nother study.
To get into his tuning.
Gerald Sims, who plays on tons and tons of Chicago soul records, that was his whole thing. He's like, I just wanted to be like Curtis. I was basically ripping Curtis off. And a lot of the guitar players here in town were. They'd see him during those OK sessions with Carl Davis. And they're like, what? Like, what is this? You tune your guitar differently? And
well, he tunes it as if to play a bar chord, you would be playing major thirds on a piano. I think it's like F sharp tuned.
Never do math
fourth.
on the air.
No, I'm not.
But I'll say this. I have a guitar at my house that I don't play that much that I tuned in the same fashion as Curtis Mayfield tunes his guitar. And I walk by it and I'll just like run my fingers across the bridge. I'm like,
just pretty.
It's sort of like Elizabeth Cotton. It's like if you tune your guitar the way Elizabeth Cotton did, then like everything becomes freight train.
Sebastopol. That's what that tuning is called. Can you name the other two impressions in the 60s?
With Curtis Mayfield.
Like what we just listened to?
Yeah. Fred Cash.
That's him.
And Sam Gooden.
Got it.
Nice.
It was the core of those three until the success of Superfly. Then he went solo, but he always had a good relationship with them. He would give them songs. It wasn't like he's like, I'm out. You know, they were on Curtom until ABC, like in 77 or 78. And a variety of people came in to replace Curtis as the lead singer at that time. Leroy Hudson was one. And your guy, Reggie Torian, who was in
The Enchanters?
The Enchanters, yeah. Golden Ear, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So moving along here, one of Curtis's most enduring songs is Hard Times, which was released under his own name in 1975, but actually has a kind of a long history before it. The original title of the song is In My Body's House. This next section of the show is going to be an exploration of Hard Times from In My Body's House to Hard Times in all of its permutations. So we're going to start with Gene Chandler, who was the first to put it to wax for Checker in 67, around 67 or 68. So we'll listen to that first, and when we come out of that, we'll discuss the other permutations of this quite incredible song.
Cold, cold eyes upon me they stare. People all around me, and they're all in fear. They don't seem to want me, but they won't admit I must be some kind of creature out here having fits. From my body house, I'm afraid to come outside. Although I feel with love, I'm afraid that they'll hurt my pride. So I play the part I feel they wanna be, and I pull the shades so I won't see them seeing me. Having hard time in this crazy time. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. Having hard time in this crazy time. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. Hard time, hard time. From my body house, I see like me another familiar face of creed and race, a brother. But to my surprise, I find a man corrupt. Although he be my brother, he wants to hold me up. Having hard time in this crazy time. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. Having hard time in this crazy town. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. Having hard time in this crazy town. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. Hard time, 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 hard time.
So one of the remarkable things I was thinking about when I was playing is when somebody's singing Curtis words, they can't help but sound like Curtis.
I've noticed that a lot.
Gene Chandler kind of sounds like Curtis a little bit. And certainly Gene Chandler has his own voice.
Well, in notation, super people to me is just like you're singing Curtis. You are Curtis Mayfield.
If you decide that, yes, I'm going to do this Curtis song, you're just like, I have to do everything, every part of it. I have to make it Curtis.
It's like telling a Hannibal Buress joke and not doing it like in his voice.
So after In My Body's House, the next kind of version that appears in the environment is Hard Times by Baby Huey, which is some classic. Right. And it's really tough on 45. It's always been a really tough 45.
For sure.
Kind of the best song on the album. Mm-hmm. The Baby Huey record's a lot more rock band stuff than it is Curtis born, if you will. Baby Huey and the Babysitters definitely take Hard Times through its paces, and we'll listen to that in a moment. Couple things. One time in the internet sphere, someone claimed to have a signed Baby Huey LP. Do you know why that might be a little bit problematic?
He died before the record came out.
So the ultimate rare is a James Ramey autographed Baby Huey record.
Hey, I didn't say Baby Huey autographed it. I just said it was autographed.
Exactly. Sammy Sosa actually faked Baby Huey's autograph on this Baby Huey LP.
There's nothing wrong.
Another quick hilarious Baby Huey thing while we're on the topic of Baby Huey. Hopefully this person's not listening because I'm kind of pull the whole card here. But before the pandemic, Warner Special Products, who administers a lot of this Curdom stuff because Curdom during the mid-70s was distributed by Warner, had this thing on their website where they're like, here's some unreleased material, and it was a variety of stuff. Vote on what you would like to see happen and we'll make physical product of this. So it was like, whatever, like a Beau Brummels record, just Warner Brothers catalog stuff from the time. And on there was the Lost Baby Huey record. And I was like, huh. And there was little brief sound clips of each one to give a person what it was. So I listened to it and I was like, this is not Baby Huey. On some like Doug Flutie level Hail Mary, I just info@warnerspecialproducts.com or whatever. I wrote an email. I was like, hey, just so you guys know, what you're presenting as Baby Huey isn't in fact Baby Huey. Just I would hate for you guys to make fools of yourself, God forbid. Miraculously, in the course of like an hour, I get 2 emails, one that connects me to the person that's responsible. And the guy who's doing these special products for Warner lives here in Chicago. We end up speaking on the phone. I was like, yeah, that's not Baby Huey. Those are Bobby Franklin's Insanity sessions, which were on Thomas. The records came out on Thomas. Like he had Jesse Anderson, Mighty Mighty on Thomas, was on this Lost Baby Huey record. And it is the same kind of like loose group of musicians making all that shit, but it's not Baby Huey at all.
Yeah.
So thankfully I was able to stop the brakes on a major gaffe by Warner Special Products.
Clerical error.
Could you imagine?
Goodbye.
Like Lost Beatles records, you put it on and it's Public Enemy Nation of Millions or some shit.
2 Live Crew, Oh Me So Horny.
So we'll listen to Hard Times by Baby Huey.
Cold eyes upon me, they stare. People all around me, and they're all in fear. They don't seem to want me, but they won't admit I must be some kind of creature if they're having fears. From my party house, I'm afraid to come outside. Although I'm filled with love, I'm afraid they'll hurt my pride. So I play the part I feel they want of me, and I pull the shade so I won't see them seeing me. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times, there's no love to be found. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times, there's no love. From my body house, I feel like me another familiar face of creed and a race, a brother. But to my surprise, I find a man corrupt. Although he be my brother, he wants to hold me up. Having hard time in this crazy town. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. Having hard time in this crazy town. Having hard time, there's no love to be found. So many hard times. Sleeping on motel floors, knocking on my brother's door. Crazy town. And I'm sick and tired of having so many hard times, baby. And from my body.
It's one of those songs that falls into I guess, a very obvious Mayfield bag of a message that might help to motivate and inspire.
28.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold it. That's
1, 2, 3, 4.
hold it. So 30.
Hard Times practice session, son.
Do. Like how different people just pick up on little tags, like little fragments of a Curtis Mayfield song, and then that becomes the song. Like that becomes how people hum the song. I mean, there's so much.
There's a lot of little melody nuggets to go on. But the Hard Times practice session, you're welcome. They go through that. They went through the thing at least 40 times. If you listen to the engineer through it, we just played a small portion of it, but if you listen, they start and stop a lot, and they were calling it Body House. Body House, take 37, and that's Curtis in there playing guitar, so you can hear him saying. So the Baby Huey version has got actually Curtis playing the guitar. It wasn't Johnny Ross, who was the normal Babysitter's guitar player. It was Curtis in there ripping.
And that drummer was just beating that poor kid, man. Beating that poor kid.
In a shocking turn, not that many people have sampled Baby Huey's Hard Times, that groove. Do you know who did use it to some success? Bubba Sparks. Some Timbaland produced Bubba Sparks thing that kind of Virginiaizes that groove. Is kind of interesting. So moving along in the middle of the show, Hard Times Odyssey, we'll listen to just the straight studio version, what this became in 1975. So 4 years after the last time it was recorded by Baby Huey, Curtis goes in, he's like, I'm doing it myself. And then we'll back up that with something really, really special and breathtaking.
race a brother. But to my surprise, I found another man corrupt. Although he be my brother, he wants to hold me up. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found.
So Curtis gave that track a quaalude and a doob and said, see you on the other side.
And then his falsetto was like, I'm going to let my falsetto sing a duplicate track.
The double tracking vocal is so sick.
Whether it's his like natural voice, his falsetto, or somewhere in between, like Curtis Mayfield, just the character of his voice is so unique that I can just picture him like trying to make a prank call as a kid and like the person on the other end just being like, is this that Mayfield boy?
It should be noted that we are currently sitting, I don't know, 2,500 feet from Wells High School, where Curtis Mayfield went to high school, where Major Lance, where Jerry Butler, because that was the feeder school for Cabrini Green. And from where we sit, Cabrini Green is a mile and a half away. We're very, very close to the kind of like epicenter of the Curtis, kind of Chicago soul on the north side, for sure.
Well, and I can say without hesitation that in the 7 years I lived here, I never drove past that high school and didn't
think of Curtis.
Yeah.
I've driven past it 10,000 times, and every time I'm like, he walked the halls of that place.
It's a pretty school.
I found a Wells yearbook. From like 1972 or 73 recently.
Okay.
And it's a thin volume. I opened it right to a Latin soul band performing in the gymnasium. So I bought it. Going through it, I'm in the seniors. They have bigger pictures. And I see this really, really attractive young woman. I was like, who's this? I go over, Nancy Fagan, the woman that ran the ethnographical bookstore on Ashland forever. I was like, wow. So I called her and I was like, hey, I saw your picture in the Wells Yearbook 73. Ballet club, huh?
Oh my God.
I've never looked at an old rando yearbook and saw somebody I personally know.
Right.
I mean, it'd be one thing to see Curtis in it or, some famous person.
Somebody you know from real life.
I remember first learning about collectible yearbooks in Kansas City because the one in Kansas City everybody wanted was Charlie Parker's yearbook.
Interesting.
Yeah, some like 30s yearbook.
Yeah.
And I remember early eBay, I saw John Cage's yearbook go for like ham money on there, like $1,000.
Yeah, I collect a lot of HBCU yearbooks from North Carolina, and the one that's tough is when Jesse Jackson was at A&T. That's the high one. And if you really want to get technical, at one point in the early 2000s, the Clay Aiken yearbook was going for like $1,500.
I do know of another really collectible yearbook. It's either Beverly Hills High School or Santa Monica High School. One of those from like 1977 has every single dude that ever played punk rock music ever in the state of California. Like,
well, another thing I found out from collecting
Clay Aiken memorabilia.
Pizza.
Dick Gregory has been to North Carolina more times than I have. Judging by his appearances in the HBCU yearbooks, like from the 70s, like that dude is on like every page.
They just put him in a closet and then wheel him out every time he needs to make a commencement speech. If you collect Curtis records, like I do, where you want everything, the hardest things to get are these songwriting demo 45s that Curtis put out. There's I believe 5 of them, and each one has between 4 and 6 songs on them. They're songwriting demos, him usually just playing a guitar. They're really hard to get, and they're really remarkable because they're naked Curtis with a guitar. The demo version of Hard Times is not available on these things, and it is one of the most breathtaking man guitar room situations ever, where literally it's a human being enters a room and just by opening his mouth and strumming some strings, something alchemical happens. Some of these demos that didn't appear on those rare 45s appeared in a Rhino bought Curtis's music about 5 or 6 years ago, bought the publishing and the rights to the songs. And they did a reissue of the first solo LP as a double and put a bunch of goodies on there, like unreleased goodies. But unfortunately, this was not on there because I think that every human being should hear this at least once in their life and just reflect on what it is to be human, because this is one of the most human songs ever, particularly in this stripped down version, the demo of Hard Times.
1, 2, 3, 4.
cold, cold eyes upon me they stare. People all around me, and they're all in fear. They don't seem to want me, but they won't admit. Thinking black on black, strange creature out here having fits. From my body house, I'm afraid to come outside. Although I'm filled with love, I'm afraid they'll hurt my pride. So I'll play the part I feel they want of me. And I'll pull the shades so I won't see them seeing me. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found. From my body house, I see like me another familiar face, creed and race, a brother. But to my surprise, I found another man corrupt. Although he be my brother, he wants to hold me up. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found. Having hard times in this crazy town. Having hard times. There's no love to be found.
What are you going to do with that, man?
Oh, just bathe in it.
It's really something. It's one of those moments you mentioned this a little bit earlier, you can't decide whether to be a little bit happy or a little bit sad.
Well, and it's also like sympathetic, relatable, kind of like...
The song is dripping in paranoia anyway, just kind of in general. You know, he's like, people are watching him and shit. But it's amazing you can put some like hard knock funk behind it, or just the most delicate guitar and the lightest drum machine bleeding through the headphones and just transform.
Willie Wright on Nantucket.
One of the other members of this Kurtom crew that gets overlooked and often maligned is Marv Stewart, who was kind of the Jewish guy in front that was doing all the business post Superfly once it blew up, and it was kind of mini industry, like Curtis kind of was a mini industry, because he does Superfly, then does the Short Eyes soundtrack, all manner of stuff. Have you seen Short Eyes?
I've never seen Short Eyes.
Do you know what the term Short Eyes refers to?
I do not.
Short Eyes is a prison term for a child molester. Heavy term.
Yeah.
Short eyes.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that somewhere in the United States, there's some like farm to face boutique that's called Short Eyes, and they're just fucking oblivious.
You're
as to
right.
what it
No, I'm
means.
absolutely certain of it.
Short fries.
There's like a rare soul night in like Sendai, Japan called Short Eyes. They have no idea why.
And they love Curtis to death.
Yeah.
And still they're just like,
what's the problem? But in Japanese.
So moving along, another fairly common record we're going to play, because I think this epitomizes Curtis solo in the 70s. The zenith of his creative powers, both songwriting, guitar playing, the band,
The vibe,
the sentiment, everything. It's Right On for the Darkness. Most people that have listened to Dogpatch, I would hope, have heard the song before, but it's always good to check in with the song at least once a year for you guys. For me, it's like almost weekly because there's just something about this. I would love to have the stems to this just to hear what was going on because it gets really active, but the guitar riff alone is platinum.
Let's de-ice the planes. Can I just say less $2,000 modern Soul 45s, more that?
Maximum grip.
And I mentioned that I wanted the stems to that mainly because I just want to kind of take the dressing out of it, pull the strings and kind of the bells and whistles and just hear the rhythm section and Curtis going for it. Because around that same time that they released that record, 73, 74, they did Beat Club in Germany, which was a long-running kind of top of the pops, old gray whistle type show. In Germany, they're actually playing, they're not lip-singing, but also German recording.
Yeah, Telefunken mics.
So the Beat Club has their own YouTube channel, and they uploaded the unedited footage of that performance that aired. And kind of like the Baby Huey Hard Time session where they went through it 100 times, the cameras are rolling and they're playing Move On Up and like that era, and he's stopping them all the time. Mm-hmm. He's really giving the drummer Tyrone McCollum kind of a lot of grief. Tyrone McCollum was from Atlanta. He was in the Inclines, who did Pressure Cooker and Atco. The rhythm guitar player is Craig McMullen, who's from Columbus, Ohio. I've met. He's a sweet guy, a really great guy. The bass player is Joseph Lucky Scott, and you have Master Henry Gibson playing percussion, the hand drums, and then obviously Curtis on the lead guitar.
And I wished to be an artist until I found that you didn't really, get into the big money until you were 200 years gone.
Speaking of that small band and the Curtis live record, which was recorded live at the bitter end, double album, they opened that setup with Mighty Mighty Children. Well, that was released as a 45. There's a live version of the 45's promo, and it's a completely different version. Printed on the 45, it says, "This song not released as a 45." Printed on the 45.
This 45 will self-destruct.
But I'm like, so what am I holding? It is this existential moment. I was like, wait, what have I been collecting all these years?
And it's like a small hole 45.
No, it's
too.
a normal.
Okay.
Normal.
You do the forensics, and I believe on the LP says, "Thanks for coming out to the second show," which then puts the album version as the later performance, and you realize the first one. That's why they come out of the gate. So why it's a little bit more upbeat and a little bit more involved is they're probably like
anxious to like get it on.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this for sure. A quick thing about memorable soul live albums. The Donny Hathaway live record is another one that's taken from a couple different shows. And during the long version of The Ghetto, if you listen very carefully, you can hear a expert tape edit to fade during a percussion break where it goes from New York to LA.
Wow.
You just think it's kind of like some reverb or something, but it's actually the acoustic space is changing. Like it's slightly different. Wow. But it's expertly done. It's not like a hard tape edit. It's almost like a soft fade. It's really, really, really
Tender
great.
pan.
So we'll listen to this alternate live version of Mighty Mighty Children, and then we'll go even deeper down the largely unreleased Mighty Mighty Children hole after that.
About this country state, we get a new power every hour in just about every Christian faith. We're killing up our leaders. We're killing up our leaders. Thank God for the women breeders. We're killing up our leaders. It don't matter none black or white. And we all know it's wrong. We all know it's wrong. We all know it's wrong, y'all. But who's gonna fight to make it right? And mighty, mighty, spade and whitey. Black and white power. It's gonna be a crumbling tower, and we who stand divided, so doggone undecided. Give this some thought. In stupidness we've all been caught. There really ain't no difference. There really ain't no difference. God knows there ain't no difference. If you cut, you're gonna bleed. Can I get a bit deeper? May I get a bit deeper? Can I get a bit deeper? Human life is from the semen sea. Loud, I'm black and I'm proud. it louder. I got to say it louder. I wanna say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Unlike the brothers too, just like the rest, we don't want no mess about who's shucking who. And mighty, mighty, spade whitey, your black and white power is gonna be a crumbling tower, and we who stand defiant.
Say it loud.
Mighty, mighty children.
Once more, Eddie.
Mighty, mighty children.
Now say it easy, not so loud.
Mighty, mighty children.
Everybody's talking about this country state. We get a new power every hour, just about with every Christian faith. We're killing up our leaders. It don't matter none black or white. And we all know it's wrong. And we're gonna fight to make it right. And mighty, mighty, spade and whitey, it's gonna be a crumbling tower. And we who stand divided, give this some thought. In stupidness we've all been caught. There really ain't no difference. Might I get a little deeper? Human lives from the semen seed. Now I'm gonna say it loud. I'm just as proud as the brothers too. And just like the rest, I don't want no mess about who's taking who. And mighty, mighty, spade and whitey, it's gonna be a crumbling tower, and we who stand divided, give this some thought. In stupidness we've all been caught. Mighty, mighty, spade and whitey. 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 Mighty, mighty, spade and whitey.
So that was the demo of Mighty Mighty,
Which is crazy.
like the kind of late 60s version.
You know, there's people who like obsess over every new like Charlie Parker recording or John Coltrane recording that comes to the surface. And honestly, with Curtis Mayfield, like I would listen to that. What you just played for me is so insightful and so special and so intimate that I'm just like, give me everything.
He's a genius. Can we just say
just-
it? Like, I never use that word for literally anyone, particularly musicians. I'm like, yeah, he's really good, but there's very few, I think, musical geniuses. You know, certainly Coltrane in the kind of canon, but only he could do this.
Who would repudiate that term more than Curtis Mayfield? Like Curtis Mayfield would be like, oh, y'all quit playing.
I hope I'm not speaking out of turn here. I'm pretty sure he was openly blowing trees. I believe so. I think I asked Todd that. He's like, yeah, he was cool with that.
Your team would love to have Curtis Mayfield on the tree blowers.
I would much rather have Curtis on the Chicago tree blowers than like the Chicago heavy drinkers. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely.
On shows past, you mentioned it. His end was so sad. It was completely preventable. Mm-hmm. And there's a certain dark poetry that he was paralyzed and his life shortened doing what he does. He was on stage performing. Mm-hmm. And something as random as a gust of wind comes and blows the rigging down, lights fall on him, he's paralyzed, lives, but his life is immeasurably changed. Mm-hmm. And he never fully recovers and he dies shortly thereafter. And it's like, can we trade him for any of these other knuckleheads? How about Jared Kushner? We get to keep Curtis Mayfield. Is that okay? Before he was taken from us, he still made tons of music. I mean, he was on Ichiban in the 90s.
Yeah.
So as the 70s rolled on, he's in his bag, of course. He's kind of like a little bit paid. He's got that Superfly money behind him, whether or not that was still around, who knows. But, you know, by the mid-70s, he's dialed into this Curtin sound. He's probably really comfortable in that Lincoln Avenue studio, the works.
Yeah, his publishing straight.
Yeah, everything's cool. Marv Stewart's handling that. Eddie Thomas is doing the promo. So Curtin is chugging. So we'll listen to some dank slap Curtis, if you will. So we'll start with the 1975 song Love to the People by Curtis, and then we'll back that out with the classic Curtis club hit Trippin' Out.
Chillin'.
I'm tripping out over you, babe. like other girls? Or is it my imagination? This pounding in my heart, girl, it's all because of you. You got me tripping out over you, babe, over you, little mama. I'm tripping out over you. Come on. Come on. It's a good feeling. Ain't it good? Come on. All over you. Let me be your slave, because I want to worship you. I'll do anything you say, anything you want me to do. To me, you are my queen, and I'm your knight in shining armor, standing guard over your love, the love you've given me. You got me tripping out over you, babe. You're so good to me, mama. Tripping out over you. I love it, baby. You're so good to me, little mama.
For all of his sensitivity and intimacy, he can also be like mad sexy. Like that's a sexy joint right there.
And it's about like tripping out.
Whatever that may mean,
Like
drugs or not.
I just love the language of it. And I don't have any data to back this up, but I'd have to say that this is one of the earliest Steppers tracks. A hugely influential style of music that's still super popular in Chicago today. And so like for Curtis Mayfield to have dipped his toe in that pool and been like, let me just hit y'all with Trippin' Out real quick.
Yeah, Trippin' Out's wonderful. Really, really wonderful.
A kid today who's like a teenager in LA whose music's being played on NTS, and it probably sounds more like Trippin' Out than it does Freddie's Dead.
And we're not asking for this, but where's our next Curtis?
Good question.
Where are the young kids that are like, you know what, I'm going to go here?
Mm-hmm.
The kind of frailty of Curtis's music in general, just the kind of like soul that he is kind of a strong, but it's got a frailty to it. When anybody tries to do that now in any kind of genre, it always seems like a put on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm mopey guy, or I'm sensitive guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's not that dynamism like there is with Curtis, where he can be vulnerable, but also be a hard ass and be talking about pimp shit or whatever.
It's in a space just consumed by no one else, and not Prince, not Michael Jackson.
The very definition of human being, and all of its shortcomings, all of its successes, everything is embodied in Curtis's music, which we've tried to illustrate here, but we only played a handful of songs of a great catalog, a huge, encompassing catalog. So we urge anyone listening, spend a little bit more time with Curtis, because he's got dozens, if not hundreds of songs that are all of this quality. The batting average is fucking retarded.
No, absolutely.
Like straight up. So we'll close the show with another unreleased demo, and one that perhaps even more than the Hard Times demo we listened to of him and his guitar might be it. Like if you want to solve all the problems of planet Earth, just put this song on and let people gather around. This is like a hearth. It literally, it's like a hearth. And it doesn't matter if you're the reddest Trump hoe ever, or if you're the most woke, thin-skinned guy at the far left. It doesn't matter. If you're a woman, a man, a baby, an old guy, it doesn't matter. This is about looking at your fellow man and understanding that you have to have love for them. That's what he preached.
Very pro-love.
I think that's Curtis in a nutshell. And you can't ask for much more than that. In fact, you can't ever get that.
It's something to aspire to, for sure.
So this has been Dogpatch. I'm Dante Carfagna.
I'm John Kirby.
Listen to more Curtis.
Add a little sugar, honeysuckling, a great big expression of happiness. Boy, you couldn't miss. With a dozen roses, such would astound you. The joy of children laughing around you. These are the makings of you. It is true, the makings of you. The righteous way to go, little one would know or believe if I told them so. You're second to none. The love of all mankind should reflect some sign of these words I've tried to recite. They are close, but not quite. Almost impossible to do. Reciting the makings of you. The righteous way to go, little one would know or believe if I told them so. You're second to none. The love of all mankind should reflect some sign of these words I've tried to recite. They're close, but not quite. Almost impossible to do. Reciting the makings of you. The makings of you. Your sugar and spice and everything nice.